Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. This is for Tuesday, February the 11th. Please like, subscribe, and share. So Leo has been taking care of Hattie since she got poisoned, waiting on her hand and foot. But you know, they're BFFs, so you know, what can you do there? He's being a good little friend. Of course, she's milking it. Johnny's trying to be supportive to Bonnie, telling her to hang in there and stuff. And then Seth comes around trying to get her to sign a paper that she's not going to file any charges or hold the hospital responsible for her accident. And Johnny steps up and says, hey, I think her husband, who's an attorney, needs to look at this. And he's trying to guilt her. He eventually does guilt her into it. But Kate finds this picture of herself on her desk, and Abe said, well, I put it there. I wanted to remind you how serious the situation is. We have to decide what to do. So they decide they are going to pull the plug on Body and Soul. And fans everywhere say, thank you, Jesus. Because most of us did not care for it, although it was growing on me a little bit. Joy continues to milk Alex like a cow, she does, because she's seen him kissing Stephanie, but she's going to milk him a little bit. You know, kind of force him to be with her in these situations. They all get texts to meet that Body and Soul's having a mandatory meeting there at the hospital. So, Stephanie has just told her mother all about what's going on at Alex and that he's still kind of with Joy, but she quit her job and yada, yada, yada. And Kayla's like, well, I hope it works out for you. You know, like it's a little risky. So, Kate and Abe decide they're going to close Body and Soul, and they do. They meet with everybody. They have a big meeting at the hospital. They tell everybody they're closing down, but when they called to tell everybody they were canceling, the previous owners offered them a tidy little penny to buy the rights, and they're going to take the show over. They want all the actors to come with them, but you have to be able to relocate to L.A. Of course, Bonnie's on board. She wants to go. Of course, Hattie's going to go. Johnny said, you know, he's probably not going to go. Joy assumes that Alex is going to go because he doesn't have another job or anything. But, of course, there's his love, his mistress, Stephanie. So, I predict Alex will not go. He's telling Joy, I got my family here and stuff. I don't know if I want to go. So, Leo's complaining. He says, I don't want to move to L.A. And Johnny said, well, I'm the director. I have to be on site. But you're a writer. You could tell him you want to write from here and not move to L.A., you know. And he's like, that's a great idea. So he's going to go tell Abe and Kate that, and they're celebrating because they made some money and everybody seems to be happy. And Leo comes in and they have to tell him they didn't want him. They're bringing in their own head writers, and Leo doesn't have a job. And that was heartbreaking. Leo was, he's done such a good job with this. I just don't like that they wrote that in there. I wanted my Leo to have a good job for the rest of his life and live happily ever after. And so everybody else is talking about it. And Alex tells Joy, you know, I don't know if I want to go. My family's here. And she said, not all your family. And he said, well, you know, my dad, my cousin. She said, you want to stay here for your cousins? For Xander and Philip? And he's kind of smiling. And she said, well, tell me, is it that or is this all about Stephanie? And then he just looked at her. And, you know, if I was her, I would have kept playing it out because I would have waited for him to come up with something. She might have got a Valentine's Day